I'm a student journalist here at UWM. Again, my name is Joel Van Haren. I have never been a member of Students for a Democratic Society. After hearing about the event on March 4th, I grabbed my camera that was closest at my disposal under my documentary training that I so value, that I've received here at the university. I grabbed that equipment and headed out to the event. My intent was to report. My goal was to show the sequencing of the protest from the point of view of the students. What do I think made the crowd angry? A little pushing and shoving and the throwing of snowballs. Along the north entrance, as Bryce mentioned, students, there was a little bit of a shoving match, and the crowd then quieted down. The police officers told the students not to cross a particular line. It was at this point that two individuals were removed from... It's at this point that two individuals were discreetly removed from the crowd. I heard another student yell, "They're being taken away." Again, under my documentary training, I realized, okay, I need to go follow this action. So I was the first camera person on the shot, and I'm following these two individuals, and they get along the south side of Chapman Hall, and students start demanding to be known why these individuals were being arrested. After no response from the police, students physically tried to prevent the police officers from entering the building. No punching. I never once witnessed a punch being thrown, never once witnessed a kick being kicked. But students using their bodies placed themselves in between police and Chapman Hall. Police removed separated the two individuals from the crowd, took them inside the Chapman Hall, and after flinging the door wide open, being followed by 50 or 60 students said, "I see the opening to the public building on my university," and 60 of them decided that they all wanted to go in at once. It was at this point that the pepper spray was used. The police were outnumbered 5 to 60, and they didn't want the students entering the building. So an officer who was dressed in plain clothes pulled out some pepper spray and sprayed it amongst the crowd. I was hit, not injured, but the students then backed away and moved away from the doors, and all the police, after a number of snowballs were thrown at them, retreated to the interior of the building. The police then came back outside of the building, and the students dispersed at this point, no longer blocking the entrance, still standing along the sidewalks toward the south of Chapman and in the eastern parking lot right next to Chapman. And I was able to film, making clear that I was a student journalist present at the event. I was able to film one-on-one interviews with a number of police and students, with students calmly and coolly asking police why those two individuals were being arrested. But they were met with no answers. And at this point, I witnessed no more acts of aggression on the parts of students or police until the arrests were being made. There was no entrances being blocked and no university business being hindered, except for maybe somebody wanting to pull out of their parking spot. Upon the arrival of the Milwaukee Police Department and a final warning from Chief Marzion that the students must leave, the police started arresting students. That's where my video picks up. So I really didn't witness much more past that, and I was shocked to see that my good friend and Student Association President Jay Burseth had been made arrested before me.